This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
From the creator of An American Tale.
You're in need of adventure.
Whatever you imagine.
All is possible.
20th Century Fox presents Macaulay Culkin as you've never seen him before.
Look at this place!
On a fantastic journey into a land of endless wonders where he'll scale the heights of the world's greatest adventures.
Moby Dick, LCP Treasure Island.
Happy birthday! And bring back the ultimate prize.
You've got to fight to make a wish come true.
That's it, boy.
His own courage.
Yes!
Macaulay Culkin,
You're the greatest.
Christopher Lloyd.
You triumph here and always.
Take your family to a world beyond imagination. The Pagemaster.
Hey nerds, it's Sammy, and this is Barrel Age Chicks. Let's do this. Tonight on panel we have...
No, I'm fine.
And finally...
Hi, this is Crystal, and I make everything awkward.
Welcome, listeners. It's the Barrel Age Chicks, and we are here for another episode. Yay!
The tits are here.
Hello.
All right, and today we are tackling the Pagemaster.
No childhood movie I had never seen in my childhood.
Oh, really?
No, this was the first time ever.
Oh, cool.
Really? This is your first time ever seeing it?
First time ever. Yeah, I'd never seen it
Pagemaster
before.
version.
Yeah, I don't know
Fuck
why.
me
It
right.
crossed my radar before.
Oh, shit, Nuggets.
You just called her out.
called me out on
You gotta
Red is
spin.
Dead. Ron's here as a barrel age flick peanut, and he just fudged up. So you just did a fuck me running. Hold on.
Starting to become a record.
It's a very busy Saturday afternoon.
Give a spion.
The dejectedness is kind of enjoyable.
Wah, wah. What is it? Ooh! Mouse's favorite. All right, well, hold on.
We'll do it in a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we've got to get through some housekeeping first. Let's do this drink
let's
and do this.
do the drink
start,
and
and then we can get
talk
to
a
it.
little bit, get some basics, and
Give
then,
his tummy a break.
yeah. And now let's hear about another podcast from the Deluxe Edition Network.
This is Take on the World with Johnny and Mike. And, you know, people always ask me, hey, you got a podcast? What's it about?
I don't know. You ever want to cut your fingers off or learn about a sharp knife?
We could tell you that.
How about murder mysteries or hauntings or any kind of fringe subject?
Anything you could think of. We take on everything because we take on the world.
Now you go take on the world.
Why
We
are
are
we
now.
recording?
We are
oh
now.
my God, that was amazing.
All right, so we are doing
Damn
the
it.
Pagemaster, which was
That
Mouse's
was not
pick.
appropriate for a child's
Yes.
movie.
Welcome to the show.
Yay. We're here.
All right, so Crystal, go ahead and walk us through this beautiful drink and
excited. It
why
smells
you
delicious.
picked the movies.
So, this drink is my bastardization of an apple martini.
All right.
And I'm going to call it a man's drink. Because in the movie...
As Ragnar takes his man's drink.
Yes. In the movie...
In your Beetlejuice glass.
Horror walks into the house with everybody, and we'll get to this, but like he gets, spooked. Adventure is offered a drink. Adventure is about to drink it, and Horror goes, "Can I have the olive?" and bumps the drink out of his hand. It falls on the floor, and it eats through the floor. Mm-hmm. So we have in front of us a lime green drink with a apple curl for the olive, because I was not about to put a green olive in an apple drink.
Ugh, yeah.
We're-
No,
it's
good
not,
call.
It's not going to eat through our stomach lining, is it?
No, there's no acid in here. It's just hiddenly strong.
This one might.
That one.
That I am curious about. That looks like Hulk.
Yes. Real quick, Snow, what do you have in front of you for our
So
listeners?
I have had this for now, I don't know, a month, maybe two.
about a month.
2 months. Yeah, I've had it for a little while, and I have yet to open it. I have 3 bottles of this, all in different flavors, but this is a green apple Dragonfire imported wine, and it's magically delicious. I don't know.
It
It looks
looks so
amazing.
pretty.
It comes with a light.
It looks like green
sparkles.
hypnotic.
does. It like it's,
And that's glitter dust in it?
it's luster dust.
Luster dust.
Yeah, it's luster dust from baking. And I don't know, I'm super excited to try it. But we took a picture of it. It's on the Instagrams. And we're going to throw this into the show too because it looks kind of like what you're going for with your drinky with the magic potion. So
And it has a dragon.
and it has a dragon for adventure.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, and then we also have for Miss Sammy, you have the mixer because it's actually safe for you. We did the thingies. And then you have your apple juice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Your
For the
sparkling
martini.
cider, right?
Yes.
Yes. Sweet.
So what is in your man's drink cocktail?
The man's drink is 2 shots of green apple 99 because I am a heathen.
Okay.
I finally get to have y'all try something yummy with 99 in it to prove it's not gross.
We're gonna be sloshed.
Oh, yes, you are. And then there is 2 shots of sour apple pucker and then topped off with like as much room that was left in the shaker with like the mix to just
Sweet.
roughly around 3 shots probably.
All right.
Okay. That's not a lot of liquid for 3 shots. Like
Well-
for 3 shots of alcohol.
Well, so you
a
and
lot
I
of booze in
you
that
and I
cup.
have some as well as
Yes. Okay. All right.
The Ragnar.
Oh, so it's 3 shots split between the 3 of us?
yeah.
Okay, that makes. I thought it was 3 shots just in this. I was
No,
like,
I mean,
oh, there
it
is
was 3
nothing
shots.
non-alcoholic in this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there was 3 shots of the mix. The mix isn't alcoholic.
Oh, okay.
So
All
that
right.
was 3 shots of that on top.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
And then shake it, and mixy.
All right.
All right. Cheers, ladies.
Yay.
Salud.
Clink. Imaginary clink.
These are like this is the like green apple equivalent of what I drink at home. Just minus the
Yeah, it
other-
literally it smells and tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
This is delicious.
Just definitely with some. What is 99 vodka?
no, it's
like grain alcohol.
it's a liqueur.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like you can definitely taste the alcohol in it, but I mean the flavors profile is spot on for a Jolly Rancher.
Chase always gets mad at me whenever I'm like, yeah, my vodka. And he's like, it's not vodka. So what do you think, Sammy?
It's yummy. It's very good.
You like your apple mocktinis. Yeah. Mocktinis.
Martinis.
So
Yeah.
I will admit, I had a straight dumb fuck move making yours.
Okay.
There's actually alcohol in it.
Yeah, Sammy.
Flush, there goes 2 years down the drain. No.
I would not do that to you. Like your dog over here is mad, but no,
Bishop's like, I will avenge you.
I was a dumb fuck because I put.
You don't need to avenge me against Ragnar. He's like, just love me.
He's like, you're a man. Help. So I put it in a little shaker, and I'm just going on about my day. La 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 la. Fuck this carbonated. Hold.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you did put sparkling cider into this.
Yeah, no, I just brain farted hard.
I've done
I
that.
didn't have I had a separate shaker for you,
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mouse. I appreciate that.
so that way we can make you more, and we don't have to worry about
Yay.
washing things.
Oh, and I'm
constantly.
going to want more because this is delicious.
Favorite? Can I have another? Like it's gonna happen.
That's a standing order whenever you want to fill it favorite.
Whenever you feel like standing or stretching.
Whenever
Hey,
you
at least
want.
I have a drink
Whenever
this
you
time.
want. I'm actually trying to
least you
offset
have
with
a
water a
drink
lot
this
today,
time.
so it'll be less. Versus having the gallon
Oh, it's
jug
sour
of
juice, and
tea
it's white sour.
the other day.
I will say there is enough alcohol in this to make you feel warm.
Oh, yeah?
Like it does give you the warmth in your chest. So
Ooh.
it's definitely one that I think I want to
Toasty.
sip because I don't want to be toasty. Yeah.
Oh, wait, do we have that soundbite?
You should.
I do.
Yeah, that
There
one.
it is.
I think I did pretty good on that one.
That was very good. I am going to give, and you said that this was the sour apple mix.
Yeah,
Or green apple mix.
That's the apple teeny mix.
Apple
that
teeny mix.
Like you can buy it like Wise, Giant, Food Line, etc.
And then the
Sparkling apple.
I can't pronounce it.
Martinelli's.
Martinelli's. It is really good. I am going to give this 2 middle fingers up for the
There we
mocktail.
go. We found you a way to have martinis.
I know, my apple tea, my martini. I love it. Mm-hmm. How about you, Snow?
I'm gonna give it 2 middle fingers up.
Yay.
This is for you. And there's another one. Yay. Yeah, I think it's really good. I definitely would. I think if you gulped a couple of these down, you would be schnockered super quick.
That's how I go to bed.
Well, there you go. Everybody's got to have their thing.
I make one.
I'm not sleeping very good right now, so maybe I should.
Yeah, right?
You take some home. Drink 2 before bed. You'll be out in 10 minutes.
You'll be good.
Sweet. I just
You
can't.
won't feel your bruised rib.
That's what I'm saying. The fucking bitches hurt. I don't know how many I bruised did.
You did a number.
We're gonna measure it by our broadcast because it was a week ago today. I busted my fucking ribs.
Snow went down like
shouldn't laugh
boom.
so much.
I went down like a bag of rocks.
You
man.
did. You went down. You timber. Snow is there. Snow is on the ground.
It was like a really bad magic trick.
It really was. Like I saw your head, normal sight line, and then it was gone. And
I
then-
couldn't even cry.
No,
I
you
couldn't
couldn't breathe.
so I couldn't cry. I literally was just, yeah.
She
That
was
was
moot. She
Once
was
I
moot.
knew you were okay.
Something's got to knock mine, shut my ass up.
Once I knew you were okay, I was in here going, "Oh no, shark down, shark down."
Down.
She did. You went down like like you said, like
Like a
box
bag of rocks. Yeah, it was bad.
And then what about you, Mouse?
I'm definitely giving that 2 middle fingers.
Two middle fingers. Woo.
I like my sour drink and it is yum.
What about you, Ragnar?
2.
Woo! Clean sweep, Mouse. Good job.
Yay.
Slow myself down.
I'm glad that it was a success. 'Cause,
It
like,
was. It's good.
Fucking love this movie. I would have been really
Delicious.
sad if it was like a failure.
Oh,
No,
no.
no.
Not even close to a failure.
No, definitely a
And I think
triumph.
it works because that warmth seeping down could definitely be the acid eating through the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So it
And
works.
you nailed the color.
Yeah,
you
the
nailed
color's pretty.
99 is one of those things that like I said, you can chug the whole drink and be like, yeah, that had alcohol in it. And then like you take a couple of steps, you're like, oh, that had alcohol in it.
I can't feel the floor.
Oh, all right. Like it comes on slow, but it hits you.
It's a slow.
That happened to me last week too.
Yeah. No, that was. I mean, it's gone. It's delicious. I loved it.
I think there's still more left in your shaker.
Yay!
So
Oh yes.
Okay.
in the shaker there was 2 shots of each.
2 shots
Sweet.
of eats. Nice. Very good. Oh, it's got a like. Ooh, it looks like acidy with the little boobles. Look at that. Very pretty.
Yeah, that's the leftover from my dumb fuckery.
No, it works. Thank you. It looks very good.
We appreciate dumb fuckery here.
We support it. We promote it. It is.
We are in favor of dumb fuckery.
That
So
thing is
do we
just so
want-
damn pretty.
I can't I'm honestly scared to open it because I love it so much.
I'm slightly terrified for you to open it because it's definitely going to be pressurized, and you've been like shaking it.
I'm not shaking it hard. I'm not like I'm not jerking it off.
You gonna
I'm
pop tap on
I'm
that
just
hoe.
slowly turning it because it's pretty.
It is very pretty.
I know. It's like if you were high, can you imagine like how long you would just stare?
Who you talking to?
Yeah. It is. Like,
I don't know what
you
you're
could-
talking about.
I think you can see like Madame Leota floats in this shit, is all I'm saying. Like
And there's a Haunted Mansion reference.
That is fucking beautiful.
It's
Right?
really pretty.
It's so cool.
It's mesmerizing.
I'm gonna do a little video of it.
Yeah,
while
put it
we-
on the
go ahead
Instagram
and
on
talk.
snow_BAC Instagram to see the what's it called?
It's Dragonfire wine, and it is
Yeah.
the coolest shit.
It is it is quite lava lampy in its situation.
And that's gonna be doing that in my tummy later.
Oh my lord.
Go ahead and tell us about why you chose this movie.
All right. So I picked this movie because when I was younger, my mom and dad introduced me to it because they had a copy of it, and really we didn't have TV in our rooms. We had a CD player and a VHS player. Mm-hmm. We thought we were hot shit when we got the DVD player.
Yeah.
So this is one of the first DVDs I got to watch, and I fell in love with each of the characters for their own reasons. Even the main character, when he was still all like statistics dad and like that, like I fell in love with how they all were. So much so that like this is like one of my core memory movies.
Aw.
Okay.
Like watching it reminds me just like how hard I tried to sculpt who I was, because I tried to pick pieces of all of these little characters to try and make like the perfect kind of person, like somebody who is genuinely sweet without needing to be like super smart, brave, adventure. Like I tried to
Oh, you're talking about Macaulay Culkin's character?
all of them.
Oh, okay.
Everybody. Like I picked what everybody had and tried to like myself. Like I tried
That's
to
who
go,
you want to be
Yeah.
when you grow up.
Try to emulate.
Yeah, I tried to give myself the same experience he had, pretty much, and it was an amazing movie for when I saw it, because it was like, whoa, boom, be nice.
Yeah. No, I think that's
Yeah, you've been
that's really
talking
cool.
this movie up for months.
Yeah.
So I'm
So,
excited.
yeah.
I'm excited we finally got around to it and I got to watch it.
Yeah, it may not be the most like cinematically thrilling movie or like the most like captivating. It's just, it's a feel good movie for me, and I'm like, yay, I got to share it.
Yeah.
No,
Absolutely.
I think that it is an underrated movie for sure. And it definitely has some Don Bluth like vibes to it. Don Bluth, who of course is really the voice of a generation.
I'm trying to videotape. It's okay. You guys keep talking. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm Instagram jamming.
He did All Dogs Go to Heaven, Penguin, Pebble and the Penguin, Troll in Central Park, freaking Land Before Time. And this to me had that similar feel with especially when you're doing the animation and everything else and that feel good story and the build and everything else that happens. I also saw this as a kid, not on DVD. It's definitely on VHS. Or it was on cable TV. But it also, it kind of, for me, I liked reading books. I still am an avid bookworm. Love reading books. And this really, for me, was like the first time that I saw that kind of highlighted in a film. And it really does hit on, if you are a book lover, getting taken away into a book and into that world of adventure or horror or, fantasy. And it was a really, really cool depiction. And it was really fun. And I mean, it had a great cast. You got Macaulay Culkin, you got freaking Christopher Lloyd,
Patrick
Stewart, and Whoopi Goldberg, And this was in Whoopi's heyday. Yeah. Let's be honest.
It's good Whoopi.
Good Whoopi.
Yeah.
90s Whoopi.
Not political Whoopi.
Not political Whoopi. Whoopi. I said Wookie.
I mean, you don't know.
But I'm more curious to know, as going in as the Pagemaster Virgin. How was your first viewing of the movies?
So I had no idea what this was about. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know that it was a live action transferred into a cartoon. I knew nothing about this movie going in. I didn't know Macaulay Culkin was in it. I didn't know Christopher Lloyd was in it. I recognized Patrick Stewart, and I was like, "Huh, all right."
It took me a hot minute.
Yeah,
it's got Picard. It can't be bad.
Yeah, well, he sounds good. He sounds different. Like, it's one of those things where I didn't know anything about any of these movies. Leonard Nimoy. Like, I was like, oh shit, it was cool. And then Jim Cummings, Winnie the Pooh as Long John Silver. I was like, oh, but he does a lot of voices, but Winnie the Pooh is obviously his best.
One of his,
Yeah. I don't know. It was one of those things where like I had no idea what to expect, and I wanted to go into it nothing. I didn't watch a trailer or anything
you
about
go
it.
Blind.
Yeah, and it's one of those that like I should have legitimately. I was born in '81. This should have been part of my childhood. I don't know why it wasn't.
'Tis a shame.
It was good. It was good. I love books. I love being able to just kind of escape my own reality sometimes. It's really nice just if you're really stressed and you can just kind of let your mind go somewhere else. And I love the fact that books can take you there. So I thought this was a really fun way to do that for kids.
Yeah.
To kind of, because this was a kid who didn't seem to be bookish.
Yeah.
Because he was like,
well, the
I
wrong
don't
kind of books.
Well, he didn't want a library card. He didn't want to check out a book. Like he didn't.
Yeah, he just went in there because of the storm.
Yeah, like he wasn't somebody who was like, oh, well, I'm trapped in a storm, so I'm going to go in the library and I'm going to have some fun here. Like he wasn't that kid. He wasn't a bookish kid, and it turned him into a bookish kid, which I think is really fun. Because for me, I didn't actually become a reader until adulthood when my husband was deploying.
Oh, okay.
And I literally had nothing to do with myself except for be with myself, and to help me pass the time until he came home. I started reading, and I read a lot of fucking books. Lots. You've seen the suitcases.
I have seen the suitcases.
Lots of fucking books.
Lots of breeding novels.
I mean, you know what? You've got to keep yourself occupied, is all I'm saying.
They're good
and
stories.
And I kept myself occupied.
They're good stories.
But it does. I like world building, and I love books that actually, and part of the thing that we're going to be doing with Barrel Age Chicks is we're occasionally going to do book club stuff.
Yes,
which
this
is
the
exciting.
perfect gateway into
it is
into listeners. FYI, we are going to start doing a book club of the month.
Yes.
It's going to be super
exciting.
exciting.
Not of the month, because we're not going to do it that often, but we're occasionally doing book club.
That's right.
And the first one is going to be Crystal Picks.
my own book.
Yes, Crystal's. And that is what?
Vampires in the Lemon Grove.
And is it an anthology? Because it looked like it was an anthology. Is it different stories in one book?
No, it is one story.
It's one story? Oh, okay, because I was reading the synopsis and it looked like an anthology, and I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, I'm excited to read it.
So far, I've started listening, and it is fun.
Is it?
Fun. I do. I like that the vampires bite into lemons, when they can't feed or they basically
Do they have scurvy?
maybe they're
pirate vampires.
They found that lemons do better than blood.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, where were we, honey? We went and saw vampirates. It was a vampirates.
No,
Where was it?
Georgia.
No, it was not. I think it was in California. It was in California. Yes. So we went for his birthday, and it was a Halloween. So they had this pirate show that's like medieval times. They serve you dinner, and you're like in the thing, and there's a pirate ship. But for Halloween, they'd made a vampirates.
That's freaking cool.
So that's scurvy.
That might be my costume for Halloween. Now.
Let me tell you,
I'm going as a vampire.
That shit was so fun.
I'm going as a vampire.
I'm like, I want to do it again.
That sounds fun.
No, sorry, that was a segue.
No, that was an awesome segue.
Yeah, I didn't know that vampirates were a thing, so I'm all about it.
It's good.
Hell, fuck yeah.
Yeah. It was like medieval times on crack, like drunk crack. It was nice.
Drunk crack.
Take your kids.
Sounds like fun for the whole family.
Sweet. No, but okay. So my whole takeaway from this movie, it brings it for kids, like what your imagination is able to do for you. And I do think that imaginations are very important, and I think kids are kind of losing that nowadays, which sucks. So I think that when our generation, imagination was encouraged, and I honestly feel like imagination is kind of discouraged now.
Yeah.
And they don't want you to play, and they don't want you to like be a free thinker.
Well, everyone's scared.
Yeah, well,
everyone is like a helicopter mom. Everyone's scared.
Yeah, let your kid go and know.
They're
we went gonna live if they break a bone. It's gonna be okay.
We went out to Crystal's and she has like acres, and I was like, "Go explore!" And then I was like, "Oh shit, I lost my kid."
Yeah, you had to go take a car to go find her. Like that was legit.
You know what?
Yeah,
she was fine. She was good.
Yeah,
we found
my cousin's
a couple
dogs.
of ticks later and a snake in a pool.
Good.
We'll be fine.
She's fine. It's all good. You know
Oh my God,
memories.
Y'all don't understand how bad that snake has fucked me up because Bison wants to go on the tie out. And I'm like, fuck you, bud.
There's a baby copperhead.
There's a baby copperhead.
I didn't throw it far enough.
I saw one
You
snake.
launched that thing though. You went, woo!
Yeet. Yeah, I yeeted the motherfucker.
Yeah, the snake was fine. PETA, don't yell at us.
I don't know.
Well, yeah,
It might
it's
not have
fine
been.
because I ran out with a pair of garden shears trying to get its head off, and it just slithered off. I'm like, well, you fucker, you live today. But if I find you,
Snip, snip, bitch.
I will save the green ones. I will save the black snakes. I will save any snake that is not a copperhead. Fuck you.
No, copperheads are mean, some bitches.
It
They
killed
are
my
mean.
chihuahua when I was younger.
was very-
Fuck them.
Aww. I'm sorry.
It was terrible.
Yeah, that is. Oh, I'm sorry, Mouse.
Yeah.
So you've got some revenge going.
Oh, yeah. Every copperhead I see will die violently. But all the other ones will
chopped
come in the
it.
woods.
I chopped one snake up with an axe in our garage in Georgia.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was in my space, and it was the nearest weapon, and I had kids inside. It was hiding in the garage. It was rattling. I was like, "Fuck you, bitch!" I was
There's a
on
rattlesnake?
I was on Marco Polo with his parents when that shit happened,
Jeez.
and I was like, "Stand by."
No, no. We had. So I'm gonna embarrass you, Ron. One of my favorite things was
Do you
one
want
night.
clean glasses for that?
Nah, well, good. It's green apple flavor.
Fair enough. Just carry it on. So I was upstairs taking care of like my nighttime medications or whatever. And next thing I hear is Ron, Sammy, like freaking the fuck out, like screaming my name in a way that he definitely never screams my name, like literally freaking the fuck out. I come
He's
downstairs.
holding his face right now.
I come downstairs and there is there it is. Ooh, it's all smoky. Then he had been doing his VR, and unbeknownst to him, somehow a tiny garden snake managed to get into our house, like a baby. And he almost stepped on it. Luckily did not. Dude, that is freaking boss looking. Oh, hold on, let me get a picture of that.
You don't have to put that much in mine.
Let me get a picture of that for the Instagram.
I know how expensive that thing is. You could.
I mean, it's got to get drunk though. That's just
gotta
shit
get
don't
drunk.
save.
Sorry, your boobs are all up in that picture.
I mean, they're all up in everything. Let's just be fair.
Yeah.
These bitches don't mind their own business.
But it looks cool in the picture.
Does.
It looks very cool in the picture.
That's cool as shit.
So anyway, there is a tiny garden snake on the floor in our basement that he almost steps on. And he is white as a sheet, shaking, sweat. And I'm literally just kind of looking and I'm like, oh, okay. So I get a cup and I put the little snake in the cup and then I take it and I go bloop off the back deck and it's fine. Snake goes about his day.
Yeah.
He just, oh my gosh, I never have seen him just freaking basically shit his pants, essentially, because of the snake. And so, yeah. And you did this in front of our girls, which again just
Have
made
you
it that
tried
much
it?
funnier. Oh, go for
ahead,
it.
take a sip. I feel like I just took a bite out of an apple.
Ooh.
Really?
Like I rubbed it between my tongue and the top of my mouth, and it feels like
That's sharp.
Yeah, it's like a sharp, crisp green apple.
Ooh.
That is interesting.
Is it good?
It tastes almost like a champagne.
Should it be chilled then?
It is chilled. I left it in your fridge.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I didn't touch the
It has
bottle.
it has the taste without the texture of like biting into a nice green apple.
It does. Like a tart Granny Smith. Mm-hmm. That's kind of yummy. It doesn't here, honeys.
Come try the sparkles.
Come try the very expensive shipped wine.
Come peek glitter with all of us.
You want to try it?
We're gonna shit some glitter.
This is the dragon.
This is the dragon fire wine.
It's the dragon fire wine.
Wait.
Got the apple.
Smells like apple
in it.
No,
No. This is just the dragon fire.
I ate it.
My pinhead keeps dropping.
If you're gonna put them up there, I recommend a command strip.
Oh, you don't like it?
It's carbonated.
It's like a champagne. It's bubbly.
It's
a
champagne?
sparkling.
Hey,
It's a
Snow.
sparkling wine.
Guess what I just remembered?
What's up?
He spun the wheel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do. You have a crystal picks.
So real quick, give us how many middle fingers you would give that.
Half.
A half
Half
finger?
a middle finger.
Wow.
I'm not a fan of that one.
I'm surprised because you like apple.
Oh, that one's
normally.
hers.
I don't.
Sorry.
It's too sweet.
I definitely
What about
like
you,
your
Ragnar?
drink better than this, but this is fun. This is a nice sipping.
How many middle
Give
fingers?
it 1.5.
All right.
Nice.
That's not a bad.
I like it. I'm giving it 2.
Nice.
And what about you, Snow?
I'm gonna give it. I think there's something more that can be done with the flavor, but it does taste very much like an apple.
Maybe
Kind of weird.
splash of like apple pucker on top of it.
I don't know, but I'm gonna give it a 1.5 because it's just cool as shit.
It's really pretty.
Yeah.
It's real cool.
I'm
Well, we got a
excited
2
to
for
try
me.
the other ones. We have a pink lemonade flavor and a blueberry flavor.
Well, I'll tell you what,
Ooh.
listeners, we are going to take a brief break, enjoy this commercial, and when we come back, Ron gets his punishment.
Hey, this is Ron. Do you like movies?
Hey, this is Ragnar. Y'all like alcohol?
Hey guys, this is Stu. Do you like punishments?
Hey, this is Goot. Do you like cinephiles?
Hey everybody, I'm Chase. Do you guys like alcohol poisoning?
If you like all of that, then check us out at Barrel Age Flicks. We're on Apple, Spotify, and all the other platforms out there.
And we're back. Yeah, that was Ron's experience with Snake. It was pretty hilarious. My daughters were like, really, Dad?
Ragnar almost blew up our house.
For a snake?
Yes.
What? What was that story?
So he, it was our house back in Georgia, and he was, I don't know what you were doing back there. Oh, here it comes. Oh. Story time.
Story time with Ragnar.
In our last house in Georgia, we had a 500-gallon propane tank, and it ran out. So I had to call the company to come fill it up for us. And I had went out before they got there and checked the level on it, just to see where it was. And they went out. The guy was over there. He was filling the tank up and shit. Then he left. I went over, checked the levels on it. And as I was lifting the lid up, right, I saw, just as I was lifting up the lid, I saw a fucking big black thing curled up on the fucking inside the dome.
Uh-oh.
I immediately dropped it, fucking, because I don't like snakes.
All right.
Especially if I don't know what kind of snake it is. I immediately,
It don't matter. You don't like snakes.
I'm fine if it's in a zoo.
With behind glass.
Ron is not.
Behind glass.
Ron
I'm
is
fine.
not. We found that out as he ran record-breaking time through the reptile house because there was a handler out with one.
Yeah.
He turned white and bolted.
See, it's funny because when,
We went to that dinosaur convention
yeah.
where Eric got to play with the snake.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because when I was in Australia,
Yeah.
I have pictures of me holding a snake.
What?
and
You were
shit.
drunk.
No, I wasn't. I was sober.
Wow.
I have pictures of a snake on my shoulders and shit. But I knew what kind of snake it was.
Yeah.
You know? So it's the ones that, like, I don't know what kind they are, or
The
they just,
wild
like,
ones.
pop up out of fucking nowhere. So this one here, I didn't know what the fuck it was. And I saw this, I just see the head of this fucking snake looking at me. I'm like, fuck you. I dropped the dome. fucking ran back up. I called the propane company, and I was like, "So you guys just filled up my tank?" He's like, "Yeah." Did you happen to see a snake in there? He's like, "No, sir. We are not in the business of putting snake on people's propane tanks."
They thought you were accusing them of snaking you?
Yeah. I was like, "Okay."
It's the most fucked up like prank. Like, here you go, dick, making me do my job.
Don't kill her. Her name's Susan. Bring her back to us at the end of the week.
Right. So I was like, well, fuck. All right, thanks. Then I looked at Snow. I was like, I'm gonna shoot that fucker. He's like,
It's a
you
propane
are
tank
not
attached to our house.
I know.
He was gonna bring a gun, and I was like, "You're not. No, we're not gonna do
So
that."
I went back out like an hour later, lifted up, the dumb snake was gone.
All right, well that's good.
The dumb
Usually,
snake.
if you just walk away and wait a little while, they go
Dumb snake.
away.
That's what happened. But he was gonna go get a gun and shoot the fucker, and I was like, "That's attached to gas. That's attached to our home."
Don't recommend that. It will go boom. It will go boom.
It's
When
a
I
big
was-
propane tank.
That's a big propane tank. You're gonna burn more than just your eyebrows off.
Oh, yes. When I was like 11, I was chased by a snake down the side of the house.
What?
Oh, yeah. I was walking from actually, I live in the house now, but my great grandmother lived there at the time. I was walking from her house to the shop. Doo, doo, doo. Fucking, I hear a hiss, and I turn around, and there is a black snake coming straight at me, and I'm like, holy shit.
Girl, you're not selling game night at your house. You know that, right?
I've got
a lot
rid
of
of that
snakes.
shit. I haven't seen any since
the pool the other day.
I haven't seen any since then. Well, I talked to my grandparents about it, and they put down the snake rat or some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
So literally, they put that shit down. And I'm like, I haven't seen anything, but still, I'm not letting my daughter on it.
It's been bad. There's been a lot with snakes this year. So I have to actually get and invest in what are they called, snake sensors, and they like shake and shit whenever they come near, and they release vibrations so that they run away because they have very sensitive hearing. So they basically, it comes near and they go, and the snake goes and runs away. It does that noise.
Indiana Jones needed that shit.
Yeah, right. just like a pin. Just wear it. Come do your shot.
It'll be okay.
You'll be
You're a big
fine.
boy. You get to sleep all day tomorrow. if you want.
You'll be fine.
Oh, cheers to BAC. Love you, girls.
Love you too, best. You were so prepared for it to be nasty.
She was
Well, that's
nice. It was Jaeger.
Finally like me.
You're
Well,
welcome.
you've swallowed like a lot of horrible things tonight.
Yeah.
Jaeger?
We figured.
just-
Yeah, it was
just
right.
Jaeger.
It was just Jaeger.
I know it was, yeah.
And it should help your tummy because it's a digestive.
It's got all that
Hey,
botanicals and
my
such.
idea. You're welcome.
I love the both of you, but please, you scare me when you do that. I love you. I love the both of you, please.
What's he doing? Is he shaking? Oh,
Turning into a ghost shark.
he's giving his angry face. And
It's
some nice
terrifying.
snacks.
Like, have you seen the video of the golden retriever trying to practice being mean in the mirror?
Yeah.
That.
Let me show you my war face. All right. So it is funny because I agree. Like, I think that this film really does illustrate how awesome books can be for kids. I know I still, and I bring my kids actively to the library. I loved going to the library as a kid. Absolutely loved it. And to me, this movie is almost like a really long go to your local library, like commercial.
Really,
It's
is.
really amazing.
And honestly, I wouldn't be mad.
Right?
I wouldn't be
Like-
mad if the end it was like paid for by your local library.
Right? Legitimately. All right, Crystal. So kick us off. Like, take us through the Pagemaster.
Through this movie you love.
Okay, so the movie starts out with essentially the most terrified kid you can find. Like, he won't climb a tree because statistics say that, you have this chance of breaking your arm. Like, I can't remember the number, but like, he's that kid.
His bike was ridiculous.
I thought it was so cute though. I'm like, that is way
With the
unnecessary.
headlights,
Yeah.
and all of the.
But then
guards.
he tears all of it off at some point and just drives it home regular at the end. I'm
Well,
like,
see, if you pay
where
attention in the
did you
storm,
litter it? Did you throw it away? What did you do with it?
if you pay attention in the storm, it does fall off when he's trying to pick it up to go to the library. So I think when he tried to pick it up to go home, it just kind of
He just left it by the tree.
yeah.
He littered
He made it look like one of those little tuk-tuk buggies. Like
a little bit. Yeah. Well, and when you first see it, like you're like, "What is he on?" And then he starts biking, and you're like, "Oh, okay."
I thought he was a scooter bro for a hot minute.
Yeah, that's what it looks like at first.
So You see him interacting with his parents. His dad's building him a tree house, and his dad's like, look, just go down to the shop, take this money, and buy me nails. He's like, I'm not going alone. Dad's like, just go be a kid for once.
That's the 90s, by the way.
Oh, you can tell that this was a movie made in the 80s because I went alone to go buy things all by myself all the time.
I paused this and I looked at Chase and I'm like, hey, so this is gonna be rude as shit. Is that real? Like, did y'all actually do that shit?
Oh yeah.
I used to walk miles to the Strip, to the Las Vegas Strip by myself.
Yeah.
There is a gas station not even 10 minutes from my house that my parents refuse to let me walk to no matter what age I am because they're like, you'll get stolen, you'll get hit by a car.
I'm that way with my kids now because we live in a different fucking world.
That's what they say.
But I can legitimately think of like maybe 7 times in my life, I definitely should have been kidnapped and trafficked.
Yep.
Because
Me too. Me too.
It really, like, almost probably happened, should have happened, don't know why it didn't happen. Luck, I don't know, 80s, fine.
No,
I don't know.
I remember walking 5+ miles to
I
get
used to
from
hitchhike.
Yeah. Oh, I
in
never
Vegas.
did that. Never did that. But
I
I would
didn't care.
walk 5. It was like 5+ miles through neighborhoods, whatever, to get to where my mom worked.
Yeah.
From our house, or I'd rollerblade.
Yeah.
And then I'd walk in between when it was like too risky to rollerblade, and I would legit get catcalls from grown-ass men as I'm just walking along the streets, and I'm like, oh, cool. You
guys are nice.
You guys are nice. Like,
Holy
not
cow.
okay.
No, I used to walk. So my house was a straight shot down Charleston to the Las Vegas Strip, and it was maybe 4 or 5 miles straight. I used to walk that shit all the time, and to go to high school because my high school was downtown Vegas, which was a good 4 or 5 miles from my house, and I would walk it. And right across the street from my high school was a legit crack neighborhood that got busted all the time. We used to have to hide down and duck behind the windows. I would walk through that to get to my high school. Nothing ever happened to me.
The only thing like that around here,
I don't know if I feel
don't know
a
why
little
I felt like
offended.
I needed to knock on wood.
I feel offended right now, maybe. Was I busted? I might have been busted in high school. Maybe that's why. I could have been. I don't know. Who knows? Whatever.
knows?
Cheers.
like nobody here,
Memories.
nobody listening knows where we live, but like literally across from where I live, there is a minor crack den.
Oh, really?
Like, we make the joke when we were younger on the school bus, like, oh, there goes another car. He pulls in for 10 minutes and pulls out. Never the same car. Then they got busted. And we were like, well, shit, we were just poking fun, but damn.
So when Ron and I lived in our first apartment, literally we had a drug bust on the floor below us.
Baller.
When I was a senior, I think it was a senior in high school, I think it was a junior in high school, and some of the sophomore girls, they were like, hey, you want to go out? We're going to go riding around. Sure. They took me to go pick up drugs because they were actually dealers. I didn't know. I just fucking went along for the ride. I was like, hey, we're just hanging out. Whatever. I fucking know. Like, yeah, you look at him. Everything goes over my head. You know it.
I know this.
Everything goes over my head. It
It's
doesn't
that
matter
much more
if it's
endearing that you're blonde right now.
Just give her a juice box and she'll be happy.
legit. I was just like, okay, this is cool. Why can't
I
we
have friends.
Why can't?
Yay.
Yeah, well,
Literally.
dude. I was like, why can't I go inside too? You don't want to go.
You can ride in the car.
Wait in the car. Sit behind the driver's seat. Go pedal faster if we tell you to go. Like,
Put the towel over your head and don't move.
I was unknowingly
You
the
gotta stay there.
driver. I didn't know. I was the getaway driver.
Getaway driver.
I didn't know.
I thought we were just hanging out.
Growing up in
Officer.
Vegas is interesting. Is all I have to say.
Good Lord.
Seen some weird shit.
Speaking of pedaling faster.
Pedal faster.
So after his father gives him the money to go buy the nails, he gets on his bike and he goes pedaling. All these kids are taunting him to go jump over a
ramp.
construction ramp. He says no, screws that, and drives away. Giant storm comes. He gets trapped in it, ends up wrecking his bike. His bike's trashed, and he has to go find shelter in the library. And when he walks in the library, the power's not off, but like all the lights are off. And he's trying to dry off, and he hears like a
Weird
squeaky
fucking
wheels.
random library. That library, just a segue, was literally like the house in fucking Rocky Horror. It came out of fucking nowhere. You know that
Literally.
shit just appeared like an alien dropped it off.
There was like no road to that library. He just poof.
There it was. Yeah.
He crashed and it was there.
Ta-da! Plot device.
Right?
You know that's not the regular fucking library.
No, it's a ghost library.
It's a
magic
magical
library.
library.
But he goes inside.
Come on, Macaulay Culkin, come into our magic library.
With our
teach
gnarly lion statues. Rawr. Rawr.
He runs inside and he's dripping there and he's trying to find, somebody to pay attention to him. And as he's standing there, the librarian pushes his little cart and comes wheeling up. Kind of looks at him, makes a funny face, and then he kind of gives us this little intro piece that I believe Ron pulled for us.
Gotcha.
Welcome to the library, young man. Don't tell me. You're here for a special book.
Mister.
Stop. Allow me to guess. I have a talent for guessing what people need. You're in need of a fantasy. Brave knights, mythical fairies.
I love Christopher Lloyd.
Ferocious dragons.
Look, all I want is
Adventure, of course. You're a boy who loves adventure, brimming with wicked demons, cutthroat pirates.
No, that's not it.
Evil demons.
He's got such a fun voice.
He does.
I could listen to him say that with lightning in the background forever.
Yes. It's horror for you, boy. I'm sure of it.
He definitely misplaced that one.
Please.
I don't have one.
You do now. Sign here.
If you want, we can kind of fade it out, yeah.
It's your time.
So yeah, it's a kind of overzealous introduction to himself.
Oh, I mean, Christopher Lloyd is so charismatic and just like fun. Honestly, I mean, obviously, it's not your typical library, as we already established.
Yeah.
It's this whole like you're going to go through, you're going to change, you're going to metamorphosize through your adventure in this library, all of these things. But he does such a phenomenal job, and like he sells it so good, and I love it. I love just his character, and just again, I hear a little bit of Doc Brown. Because whenever I hear Christopher Lloyd, I think of Doc Brown.
I hear Who Framed Roger Rabbit Judge.
Yep, the judge. And I mean, it was just, it's fun and such a cool way of hooking you into it.
Okay, so I just had a random thought.
Sure. We love
Which
those.
do you think is the better librarian? Christopher Lloyd in Pagemaster or the dude in Neverending Story? That librarian who hooks him into the Neverending
Oh, the
Story.
little Oriental fella?
No, he's not Oriental.
He looks I'm thinking of the second one then.
No. The original Neverending Story, the old man with the big mustache, and he gives he gives Bastian the book. I don't know, because that was like a legit library on the street you run into to go hide. Like felt like a real library.
Yeah.
It wasn't a magical mystical one, but he had this book. But it was I don't know, which librarian do you think is kind of cooler?
I got to go with Lloyd.
Yeah.
I loved Lloyd. No, I could listen to that on loop. Just you can tell how passionate he was, how much fun he had with the role.
Yeah.
And no, to me, he brings those genres of books to life just in those short little blurbs.
Yeah.
And you are like, oh man, yeah, I do need an adventure. I do need some fantasy. I need some horror. Like, yes, I need these things because you just sold me on them. I didn't even know I needed them.
The little Quasimodo book was my favorite. He was cute.
Horror?
Yeah.
I love horror. He's my absolute favorite.
Yeah, he was cute.
Horror is fun. I loved all three because I feel they played off of each other so well.
The end of the movies, I know it's jumping to the end of it, but like the end of the movie when their little shadows are on the wall, that perfectly
that
covers.
was really cute.
That covers how their little family works perfectly, and I'm like, yeah, that's fucking adorable.
Yeah.
It was really cute though because it tied it up because you know he's there, he's asleep, and he's got his books with him. But then you see like where he's asleep, so in his imagination they're still real, they're still alive, and they're just And I love the way they did the shadows on the wall. That was really, really cool. Like that was a really neat thing because they did look like they were really there as shadows on the wall.
So yeah, what about you? Which one would you choose?
Wait, what was the question?
Lloyd or Neverending Story? Lloyd or Neverending Story?
So I like what Lloyd did with this, but I do like the librarian from Neverending Story. And
Well.
I have a much stronger connection to that movie, obviously, as getting lost in.
Great movie.
Yeah, as like getting lost into a story that draws you in as a
Yeah.
child and gets you immersed into this wonderful land.
Yeah.
No, I do. I think because I have such a stronger connection to Neverending Story.
Yeah, you have that nostalgia factor,
Yeah,
like you were
that
mentioning.
that adds into it. This I enjoyed it, but I don't have a big,
You don't have the
emotional
nostalgia.
connection to it like you guys obviously have.
Yeah, no,
but I
you-
can see where you can get it though. It's not like I can't. I'm like, oh, I don't get it. Like I totally understand.
Yeah.
I just don't personally have that connection to.
You
this
weren't
movie.
me sitting there at the end of the movie just. You made it to the end. Shut the fuck up, Chase.
Aww.
No, I thought it was really sweet though. Like the shadows on the wall thing that we were talking about. That really, I was like, that's sweet. So it left me feeling off like nice and warm.
Yeah, that's the whole
and,
point.
Yeah, well, and that was the thing. Like we talked about this on our hot take episode we just did with the boys. Is when a movie ends and it ends in a way that leaves kind of a lasting impression, whether good, bad,
Indifferent, whatever.
Indifferent. Like you don't want indifferent, but
Yeah.
good or bad. Whether it leaves a sour taste in your stomach or real positive
Raging
yummy
Bull.
feelings,
Yeah.
or it makes you laugh out loud, or whatever it is. Having a movie end that way is nice, and this left a really like soft, like
Warm
squishy,
fuzzies.
like hugging an old teddy bear type of feeling.
Yeah, the
So I
fuzzies.
did. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Good.
So, but my preference would be the Neverending Story librarian.
And how about you, Mouse?
I've got to pick
Lloyd?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He did such a good job portraying the. I don't want to say crackhead energy, but the like Bishop vibes of just. Hi, here, welcome to my library. I got a book for you. What kind of book do you want? This book? I got this book.
I haven't seen a human in 12 million years. No.
Yeah.
Literally, like, there is. This is gonna probably not mean anything to you too because you don't probably watch it. But there's an anime called Ancient Mage's Bride, and there is a library in Japan. This girl stumbles upon, and he is a spirit trapped in there, not to see anybody. And she's the first first person he has seen in forever, and it's kind of the same vibes of just. What do you want? What do you want to read? Books. I have books everywhere.
Well, and I think honestly, like, you know, when this came out, like I said, I joke and I said it's like an ad for local libraries, but I do think that the reason why he had that energy is libraries, even then, like, were kind of going out. Like you're talking about in the very, very early days of computers are starting to come out, and you know, the internet is becoming a thing eventually, and now like libraries are really, they're archaic. I mean, yes, people go to them now for if
Drag Queen Story Hour.
oh well, that's a whole different library situation. But like, you know, unless most people like, you know, unless you don't have internet or things like that or don't have access, a lot of people don't go to them for leisure anymore.
No,
It's
everything's on your Kindle. Like,
everything's available
at your hands. You don't need
Exactly.
to go into an actual library.
which is really sad.
No, hunting the stacks is a cool feeling.
It's
If
fun.
nobody's ever done
and,
it.
oh, dude, the smell of library books, like
The smell of any book.
Oh, I love-
I was really
Love the smell of old
reluctant
books.
to move to the ebook, because I like opening a book
Yes.
and flipping a page.
That-
and
yeah, the
I
tactile.
read and I play with the corners.
Yeah, they have those. Yeah, it's they even have it to where you can actually turn the page in the
on the
ebooks.
Kindle?
Yeah, sometimes
It's not
you have
the
it. To,
same.
it isn't, but it was like one of those things where that's what kind of gradually led me into now I do everything electronic, and I got rid of most of my books.
Oh.
All, except for a couple of my favorites.
yeah. And now everything
Simply because
is
I
on-
need Lego space.
Well, and not to mention in today's go, it's a
Yeah.
lot easier to listen to an audiobook than
girl.
to buy and get a physical book, one for storage, but also just, I'm sorry, like, this is Barrel Age Chicks. We are moms and women of the modern age, and to honestly just sit down and have time to read a book,
Girl,
it is freaking,
one of my favorite things used to be to do would be sit in a bath, bottle of wine, and a book in my hand.
yeah.
And I'll do it now, but it's literally an electronic format now.
Is that safe? Can you zap
It's
yourself
not
doing
plugged
that?
in. It's not a hairdryer or
I
a
don't
toaster.
know. I don't know.
It'll
I
just
think
kill the Kindle if she drops it.
Yeah, nothing else.
Even if you
but
drop
I do
a
it on my
toaster or-
phone, but my phone's waterproof, so it's fine.
Same thing for like the hair dryer and toaster. Like with the
I
way
dropped
that
this bitch in the hot tub. It's fine.
with the way that they have electricity running in houses now, it'll read the feedback of trying to cause the extreme thing, and it'll
shut off.
Watch your fingers.
I talked to Chase about it because I was joking one day after a terrible day of work, and I'm like, I want to go take a bubble bath with my toaster. And he said, "Oh, I get that, honey, but here's the problem. It's not going to do what you want it to do. So you're just going to have a soggy, toasty bath." I'm like, "Fuck you."
I mean, if you plug it in, I'm pretty sure it will.
No, that's what he was trying to get at. It's like if you plug it in, like the way it'll.
There's a circuit breaker.
I call
kind of.
Yeah, I'm not trying to test that theory.
Yeah,
I'm not taking a bath with a toaster, anyways. Like,
Again,
I feel like that'd be the longer way to go.
This is the chase button.
Well, anyways, if you want to test it, throw a toaster in an empty bathtub.
No,
we don't promote that. We don't promote
Danger,
that.
Will Robinson.
Yes.
Danger.
Oh, Lord.
Electricity and water. Keep them away from each other.
Speaking
They
of
don't pay
water
well.
and danger, so he gets in the library,
Yes.
meets the librarian. He's like, "I don't want a book. I just want to get the heck out of here. Where's the phone?"
Yeah.
He tells him the phone's that way. He goes down the hallway, finds the phone. He ends up looking up at the ceiling. As he's looking up at the ceiling, he's noticing all the paintings which are depicting what you're about to see in the movie.
Yes.
And in the dead center is the Pagemaster. And then the ceiling just starts to melt like wax on him on the floor and turns into this giant paint dragon that chases him through the hallways.
Which I even remember as a kid being like, "That's so cool."
Even now,
I did like that animation when it looked like the colors from the art from the animation
Were just
was
bleeding.
dripping.
Yep.
I thought that was done really well, especially
Yeah.
for that time, for 1984, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was done
This came out in
very well.
84?
Yeah.
It was in the 80s, yeah. I can't remember if it was 84 or like I can't remember if it was
I think it's 84 is what I wrote down. And
Wow.
Yeah, and I thought that was done. Wait, maybe I'm wrong.
It was beautiful though.
It's for some reason I thought it was in the 90s.
Maybe it's 94. I think it might be.
I feel like it's 94.
94.
Okay.
Yeah, see, no,
I was
There you go.
drinking. I'm fine.
Because I remember seeing this on VHS and I'm like, I don't remember that. That was about 2 years before I was born.
Well, no, and I just literally just had. I'm like, no, Macaulay Culkin would not have been that age in '84. But
Yeah,
no,
'cause
it was
piggybacked
94.
off of,
but
Home
even still, like
Improvement.
that animation
Home
was
Improvement.
really
Home
cool.
Alone.
Not
It was
the
beautifully
the
done.
cartoon animation was fine.
Yeah.
It was what it was.
Yeah.
But the paint dripping off the ceiling, that was a cool thing. Along
Even
with
like
the
you had the
silhouettes.
real paint like actually start dripping.
Yeah.
And then you see it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I
Yeah,
thought
I
it was
thought
so
that
much
was
fun.
cool.
It was so much fun.
Yeah. So the dragon chases him down the hallway and ends up crashing into him at the phone booth, and then he turns into a cartoon. And this is where you meet Adventure.
Yes.
He's, being accosted by Adventure. Adventure's like, I'm going to stab you, army mateys type deal. And he realizes, oh, shit, you're a customer. I'm sorry, my lad. Fuck. You want to take me home?
Yeah.
And it's all about trying to get to the exit. And they're trying to get through. They start walking away from all the other books, and they bump into Fantasy. Fantasy, they're talking, and they're trying to figure out which aisles they're in because she was misshelved.
Yes.
He's like, I know where we are. And he just looks at random books, and he picks a random thing off the wall and goes, we're in Baskerville. This is where we are.
The Hounds of Baskerville.
Yes.
Out comes the demon hound.
And this is the great introduction on how this movie is going to go, because he opens the book, and out jumps the Hound of Baskerville to chase them through the aisles that they're in. And to avoid the Hound, they duck through an opening in one of the shelves into the horror section.
Yes.
Which, I gotta admit, if there was a horror section like that in my library, I would never go home.
Right?
Literally.
Well, I thought it was really fun how he opened up the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Yes.
So the giant squid chased him up the thing. So he's like, "Oh, you're afraid of heights, huh? Here we go."
Well, I'll fix that for you.
Yeah.
Giant squid will
That
do
was
the deal.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was fun.
The way the books work, it is adorable.
And I love that all they wanted was to be checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, they're just like, we've been here forever.
Show us love.
We want somebody to read us.
Literally. So they dive into horror, and they see the exit sign above this beautiful mansion. I think it's
Haunted
beautiful because
mansion.
I'm like, I like haunted houses. But
Yes.
so they walk up to it, and they go to pull the bell to ring, like, the ding dong thing. And down falls Horror. This beautiful Hunchback of Notre Dame looking little thing. He's just doofy.
He is. He's so derpy, and he's cute, and he's sweet.
He was a good mix of Igor and Hunchback.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like watching this with my other friends before this, and watching it with Chase for the first time with him, I'm like, I took way too much of horror into my personality.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm just the dorky. Can I have the olive?
You have literally said that when we've had fruit and drinks.
Yes, 'cause I'm like, I want the fruits. Can I have the fruits, please? I like fruit.
It's usually when we forget we're doing a drink and you're just sitting there staring at it like, bitch, shut the fuck up and get to the drink.
Because I'm staring at this cherry. I'm like,
snacks.
Yes. Great facts. Yes, music. Wonderful music. Cherry.
Do you remember there's supposed to be a drink in this movie?
You've been talking forever.
Sorry, I don't shut up.
Oh, golly.
No, but they end up, yes, going into the horror section, meeting horror. And then they actually start with the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yes, which I gotta admit, the way they introduced that was great. The actual nameplate of Dr. Jekyll and then Mr. Hyde
Is scratched in.
She goes, huh, must be a duplex.
I have to admit, watching this again as a mom, and I did watch it with the girls, and again, missing those things. Like, I didn't remember that joke when I was a kid. But as an adult, I was like, no, exactly. But as an adult, I was like, oh, that's really funny. That's witty. I like that. And then of course they go in.
Come on over here, bud.
Don't break your shit.
Yeah, please don't. We can't afford
Ain't
to buy
our
new
fault.
shit.
You are supposed to be editing, not on your phone. Slacker.
Spinny.
Christ.
It might be something yummy again. You don't know. Why do you have to have a man? Be you're fine. I'm sorry. You're happy. Oh, go for it.
Something yummy.
See?
Something yummy.
See? Don't be a negative Nancy.
So they go in and they get to meet Dr. Jekyll.
Yes. And
Played
she goes,
by
oh, Mr. Jekyll. And
Leonard
he's
Nimoy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. R.I.P. Leonard.
Not the most physically attractive, like face-wise man, but he
his
is.
voice. I love me some Leonard Nimoy voice. I do.
I could
Spock.
let you read me books all night long.
Hello, Spock.
Him's is my favorite in number 4.
Yes.
Star Trek 4,
Yes.
where he starts cussing.
Yes. Oh, it's so good. So
I know.
good.
The boys hate that I like that movie. I
love
fucking
that
love
movie.
I love number
I
4.
love
It's
number
got
4.
whales.
It's
It's
got
got cussing. It's all about the 80s. Cheers to BAC.
Cheers to BAC.
Called it.
Whoa.
I want to hear Morgan Freeman swearing.
Somebody's tipsy-turvy.
I'm not tipsy. I'm just tired.
Yeah, that means you're.
Jameson Black Barrel. Best shit ever.
I gotta deal with that when you leave. So they meet Dr. Jekyll,
Yes.
and then he drinks the man drink.
Yes, which honestly, that scene is one of my absolute favorites, but also I feel so bad for Haru because I think that was the introduction to like feeling bad for him.
Why's that?
And like the way my brain works is I think about how the other people in the room would feel for somebody who's doing something like that, like, ooh, all up in their space and all up in their business. I guess it's like secondhand, like, not necessarily embarrassment, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel their feelings for them.
Mm-hmm.
Empathetic?
Yeah. Like, I feel bad because I mean, buddy, you haven't had friends in like however many years and you don't quite know how to interact with people yet. So, like, I understand, but calm down.
Scale it back. It's okay.
And that's been me my whole life, so I understand it. So when I was watching this movie as a younger kid, I was like, oh, I understand, but just wait 5 seconds. He'll give you all this, I promise.
Oh.
So, like, you know, it's one of those things. But, so yeah, Dr. Jekyll drinks the drink, turns into Mr. Hyde, which looks like a fucking pig face man.
To me, it reminds me of something from a Gorilla music video.
Yeah, yes!
It legit looks like something from a Gorilla music video. Mr. Hyde, and his eyes are all crazy. And I remember being a kid and seeing that and being like, what the fuck am I watching? Yeah, exactly. Just like that. I don't know what he's growling at.
Each other.
But the way, like, the transformation was really cool. Like, you see him laughing and you just see the insanity.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Oh, yeah.
And he starts breaking crap and they're like, oh crap, we got to get out of here. And, you know, and you've got this scared kid who's having to literally, like, get away from this crazy monster guy.
Yeah.
So it was really, really, really cool. At least I loved it. That's just, like I said, like you said, Mouse, it's one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie. Was the transformation scene. I think it was my first like official like jump scare as a kid.
I enjoyed the once they got out and they were getting down into the water with the boat, and Adventure's like, smell that, lads. Do you feel the salty air? And he's just like vibing up on pirate vibes. And he's like, ah, yes, where's my accordion?
Yeah.
Like the transitions from different parts of the library to other parts of the library was very well done.
Oh, yeah.
And after they, get away from Dr. Hyde, they get into the ocean, obviously. And they're picked up by pirates. Well, they also happen to see
Ishmael.
Yes.
Moby Dick,
the giant white whale. Which
you called him Ishmael?
That's Captain Ishmael. Isn't that his name? Ahab.
Yeah, I got
Call
so
me
confused.
Ishmael.
That
was a different character.
I
I'm
was
sorry.
like, is this a Bible thing? I don't know.
No, it's not a Bible. No. The novel Moby Dick started with called me Ishmael. And for some reason, I got that confused with Ahab because I'm fucking tired.
I was like, is the whale's name Ishmael?
Yes,
like,
that's what it is. That's what it is.
That's where my brain went
I'm
first.
tired. I had a synaptic misfire. It happens.
So confused.
Captain Ahab. Sorry, going after the white whale. I'll cut that out.
Leave it in.
I don't want to because then I just sound derpy.
This was about dirty
No,
books.
I thought you were talking about the whale.
No.
Leave it in.
No, all right, fine.
So
I'm gonna peer pressure you into leaving it in.
The whale
We'll see
fucks
how
up.
that works when you listen to it.
Right?
Oh, we got accosted by a cork. All right, so yes, they run into Captain Ahab fighting Moby Dick.
Yep, Moby Dick.
I threw the
fucks
wine
up
cork at you.
everybody's boats.
Yes.
He fucks up the boat that he's supposed to fuck up. Then he also fucks up our character's boats.
Yes, leaving them stranded.
They're hanging on a door like the bitch in Titanic. Fuck her. And
Gross.
We already know she's selfish.
Yep.
That
No,
fat bitch definitely could have had a second person.
he
on
was
that door.
nice enough to pull up his book buddies. Fuck her. And he's just towing her back.
See, you should have told James Cameron. They did it in Pagemaster. More people would have fit.
Exactly. But they're sitting there and they get picked up by pirates.
Yes.
And these pirates bring them back to Long John Silver's boat.
Yes.
Winnie the Pooh's boat.
Yes. And they're being
How
checked.
great would it have been if it was actually Winnie the Pooh with his little red T-shirt, no
That
pants.
would have been adorable.
Want some honey?
I was misshelved. Now I got to live the life of a pirate. So
Just Winnie the Pooh in a pirate hat and a peg leg.
Dude, I'm so excited about the scary Winnie the Pooh that's coming out.
Ew, don't.
I'm
too.
so excited about it.
It's out.
I don't have the money.
No,
I
you
have
need
money.
No, I heard it's terrible. I think they did it. Don't. No, Cocaine Bear was way better.
Oh, I love Cocaine Bear.
I'm taking my brother to go see
Still-
that and the new Transformers movies.
Still excited to see
I
it.
want to. I'm Transformers. I think is gonna be fun. I like the Transformers. What?
I'll take the creepy Winnie the Pooh bear. I'll let you know how it is.
Terrible. I'm definitely gonna take your word for it. Is all I'm saying.
Oh Lord.
You vet that. It's fine. So yes.
Don't
so
put it on the episode.
You get a me. We need to do this one.
Slasher gal
No.
pals.
Hey.
Winnie the Pooh. Fuck no.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Sounds brilliant,
Damn
Snow.
it.
Sounds brilliant.
So
Okay.
they get hoisted up onto Long John Silver's boat. They're checked for money. Told they're gonna, like walk the plank if they're not gonna, do all that kind of stuff. They find the island that he was looking for, Treasure Island.
Mm-hmm.
They get up. All his crew members are fucking excited. They're like, "Cool, we found the money." They just look at the map. Cool. It is west by a waterfall. No, it's east by a piece of broccoli. No, it's this way by like the fucking map scene. That was adorable. And then they get to the skeleton. They're like, that's not natural for bones to lay that way. And the captain's like, you fucking idiots. He's pointing to the treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Which had already been stolen.
Yes.
Which is something that you run into with treasure maps like that and treasure that's been talked about for so long. Because somebody could have gotten to it before you and they just never told you.
I'm 99% sure. It has been a long time since I've read Treasure Island, but I'm fairly certain that actually happens in the book.
Pretty sure. I also think...
It's been a really long time. Like, the last time I remember reading it was in a collection of Steve... what's his name? Hawking. No, Stevenson is the last name of the author.
Oh, Robert Louis Stevenson.
Thank you. Couldn't remember the first two to save my
It's like
life.
Stephen Hawking.
No.
Stephen Hawking.
That wasn't really good.
But I I remember reading that book in a bathtub when I was a kid. And it was Treasure Island that I was reading. That's how long ago it was that I read Treasure Island.
Did you have wine?
No, I did not. I was all of like 9.
Sparkling grape juice.
That's right. No.
Welch's. Bitches.
They didn't have sparkling grape juice, I don't think, back then.
They did.
They had the sparkling apple cider. I never had sparkling grape juice as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
They just had sparkling apple cider. And that was only meant for like big occasions.
Oh, yeah, no,
Weddings.
that's what we had for
Or
New
The
Year's.
weddings
holidays.
for the kids to trick them into thinking they
Or
were actually
holidays.
drinking champagne.
Yeah, holidays. Ours was Christmas, Thanksgiving. That's when we got
New Year's.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's when we got the bougie
Year's
apple
Eve.
juice, what I'm having in my mocktail, which is delicious. But yes, so the treasure's gone, and likely so, the crew decides to mutiny against
Yes.
Long John Silver.
John Silver disappears. He takes the boat, goes off, and then our heroes are kind of just defeated.
Well, but are reunited because
Yes, all 3 are together because they
Yes.
got lost on the sea.
Yes, Horror
So-
comes back and Fantasy come back.
Horror is wearing a bandana and a sword. And he's like, I'm an adventure book too now. And he's running after Adventure, who, like, at this point is completely fed up with Horror.
Yeah.
So he catches up to him and he's like, I can be just like you. And he turns around, no, you can never be like me. You don't have the spine for it. Go away. And I'm like,
Such a dick comment.
Yeah,
Dude.
Horror Adventure was kind of an
It
asshole.
might be bent, but it's still a spine.
I am a mushy motherfucker. When this little guy went, okay, and took his hat off and just dragged them behind and dropped the bandana and then dropped the sword and kept on dragging his hands behind, I paused that shit to sob. Chase is like, you fucking baby. And I'm like, yes, fuck you. Nuh-uh.
I have feelings.
See, I can't judge because you mentioned a sloth and I'm crying at the drop of a hat.
Well, see, I've been Horror before. I've been in that position. I've been like, yeah, cool. You guys like this. I'll try my best to try and get along. And they're like, fucking stop. And it's like, okay.
Aww. That's okay. We'll never ever ask
Which
you
is
to
why I'm
stop.
glad I have you guys.
Yay, friends.
We love you too.
We love you.
Yes.
And it is all good. And fuck those people. They suck.
People in my generation, so fuck the people my age.
We can already say that because y'all's generation. Whew.
It's terrible. I'm raising y'all's
They ate
generation
Tide
and I don't
Pods.
like it.
Huh?
The people just below my group ate Tide Pods.
I think more of them need to eat them.
Yeah.
Let's purge the society
It's natural
in general.
selection at that point.
Darwinism.
Call the herd. Call the herd.
So, Horror
I
sulks.
agree with that statement.
Yes. Horror sulks away, all heartbroken. Adventure's walking off. He's
I mean,
like,
we didn't lick anything better when we were children, but at least we
We ate lead, but that's fine.
I'm pretty sure I licked a sidewalk sometime. I don't fucking know. Like,
I lived like y'all did when I was younger. Like I chewed grass from the yard because my mom said it would be like
I ate ants.
Yeah.
I ate ants as a
See,
kid.
I never
My brother
did
and I
that.
ate milkweed.
I definitely cooked an
No,
egg
we-
on the sidewalk.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're in Vegas.
Vegas.
It was hot enough to get that.
120 degrees outside. What do you think the sidewalk felt like?
You made eggs.
A fried egg.
Fucking hot.
Yeah.
My brother and I would turn the top of our well into a cigar shop. And we would take the fallen berries from some of the oak trees that still had like the red dye because they hadn't fully like developed. We would cut them in half and get the red juice out, and we'd run down, grab the milkweed, and we'd squish it up the stalks and turn it into like tobacco, like parts of tobacco, and then we'd get the leaves, and we'd dye the part that we had just ground up with the red juice, and we'd roll it up in the big leaves.
That's like you talking to me about gardening. I'm like, I just phased out 80% of what you
See,
just said.
we didn't have TV, and our parents were those parents that are like, yeah, we're done with you. Go outside until the sun goes down.
Oh, I definitely played with poisonous like plants as a
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
me too.
Like those purple berries.
The little berries?
Yeah. And they're like, don't mess with those. And I'm like, squeeze, 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 squeeze.
That's some of the shit that we used to stain the stuff. And my dad's like, are you fucking retarded? And I'm like,
I don't know. It didn't have a poisonous label on it. What do you want
Yeah,
from
right?
me?
exactly.
You mean
There wasn't a danger.
don't touch the
crossbones,
poisonous
nothing.
berries. You mean these berries? Squish, 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 squish.
Literally.
Where was the label? I don't know. It's nature. Nature's fine.
Yeah, whatever. You're fine.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fine.
Oh, yeah. The childhood I had was not the childhood I was supposed to have. But I will say, just because we're talking about childhood, my brother bapped himself in the head with an aluminum bat and a yoga ball. We were playing baseball and
At the same time?
Yes, we did not have a baseball. We did not have a baseball, so instead of throwing a baseball, we grabbed the giant yoga ball and threw that, and he went hit his forehead.
No good.
Oh,
I mean, a yoga ball isn't going to hurt you.
no, the baseball did. The bat did. The bat.
Base bat?
Yeah, the base bat. The baseball bat did. So Horror walks away. He gets, trapped by Gilligan's Island, isn't it? That's the story they were portraying with the tiny people trapped
Gulliver's
down.
Island.
Gulliver's, thank you.
Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah.
Gulliver's Travels.
Gulliver's Travels, and they did that part. Adventure frees him. They think he's dead, so he's like, "I'm sorry, lad." And he's like, "Oh, that's really sweet. I love you talking all nice about me." And they get all reunited, and they go on about their way.
Everybody's in the feels.
Yeah, super feelsy. And they go into fantasy toward the end of the movie, and they do that beautiful scene with all that music.
Which who did the score for this?
James Horner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's very familiar to a lot of 80s.
Again, Don Bluth movies.
Yeah.
Where you've got Land Before Time.
Yeah. It definitely fits.
Yeah. Oh yeah. James Horner is one of Ron's all-time favorite, actually, composers. I'll have him pop on here and share some fun facts about him in a moment. Oh, sweet Jesus.
The thing that sucks about James Horner is that he passed away in 2012 in a plane crash.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Speak up.
Oh, the thing that sucks about James Horner is that he passed away in a plane crash in 2012. Is that pulling your hair? Sorry.
A little bit.
But no, James Horner's done great scores like Aliens, Titanic, of course.
Casper.
I mean, he Braveheart. He's done really epic films, but he did a lot of great childhood films like American Tail,
Land Before Time.
Land Before Time, Balto.
Never saw
Balto's
that
good.
one.
Balto,
Yeah, so he's done a
Balto's
really
good.
lot of good ones. So the Pagemaster's got a beautiful score. So I think that it's a really good, well-made score and very fantasy-like and everything else.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Thank you, Ron. Resident score whore.
He woke up for that.
He did. He's like, James Horner?
Yes, and then they have that song, Do You Imagine, playing while they're going through fantasy, which is gorgeous. And they're finding their way toward the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And when they get toward the end, they have to climb up this giant
stack of books.
Yeah, which
looks like a tower.
Yeah, the reason they're climbing up that is because they go into a cave at the end of the song.
Was a cave.
Adventure finds his sword. He's like, "Fuck yeah, my sword!" Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Cut this rock. All of them start to rumble. Cave turns into a dragon. Giant dragon's what's chasing them up the mountain.
Yes.
So the pivotal point of what I feel like the Snow plays with her little wine bottle.
Dragon fire. Sorry. I couldn't help it.
What I think is the truth.
I'm an asshole. It's okay.
No, you're not an asshole. He's at work.
He's at work.
Oh, yeah. I was like, he's right. No, okay.
Yeah, my asshole. He's hey,
working.
babe, I know you listen, so hi, I love you.
Thanks for listening, Chase.
So, I think the true turning point of his character is he's at the top and he thinks he's made it. And he turns around and he sees his buddies in the cave being blown fire at by the dragon halfway up the mountain. And he's like, "It's right there. I can leave or I can help them. Fuck. Guys, I'll be there in a second."
Yeah.
That was when I feel like he finally accepted that everything that happened here isn't just something I can forget. I have to do this.
Yeah. It's grown me as a human.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he grabs the helmet and the shield and sword from the skeleton, which in the beginning of the movie, he's talking about wearing the helmet because it stops from cranial damage and all that. And he picks the helmet off the skeleton and the skeleton's head is crushed in and it's like, ha 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 ha, fuck. It runs down. He starts trying to slay the dragon. Dragon eats him. Not a very heroic ending here. The dragon eats him.
Dragon eats him.
And he's in the dragon's stomach, and he's like trying to figure out a way out. And you hear the Pagemaster's voice, "Look to the books."
Mm-hmm.
He starts opening up books.
I did like that. He's like Alice in Wonderland and the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah, I love it. And he just starts
great.
going through, like, nope. And then he finds Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yep.
Opens it up. Beanstalk starts growing out of the mouth of the dragon. He holds on, and that's what gets him and his buddies to the top. Dragon starts chopping this beanstalk, which eventually makes him have to jump off, but it's right there at the exit, so it worked out.
Yeah.
And then you see these giant doors, which are two giant golden book spines, which they look to the books, and it's the end of his journey, which takes him into this beautiful kind of like blue-esque room, kind of like in Frozen 2 when she's finding herself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the Pagemaster walks in. The books are just like, shit.
Yep.
And he's like, "You bitch.
Yeah. He's like, you know what I went through. This is your fault.
Like, we actually have that clip.
Yes.
The Pagemaster.
Hey, how'd you get here?
Quit it! We're in the presence of the Pagemaster.
I know who he is. He's the guy who did all this to me. Do you have any idea what I've been through?
Tell me.
I was nearly torn apart by a crazy doctor. I was made a slave by a bunch of mangy pirates. And eaten, got that? Eaten by a fire-breathing dragon.
You don't mean it, my Pagemaster. You don't mean it.
And not to mention being tossed, squashed, and scared practically to death.
Yet you stand before me.
Well, yeah.
Think, boy. What kind of an adventure would you have had if I'd brought you here with a turn of the page? You prevailed over evil. Ah, you looked Moby Dick in the eye, boy.
Ah, you had pirate stuff, me lad. And don't no one speak any different.
If I had brought you here from the start, you never would have found the courage to face your own fears. And in doing so, you triumph here and always.
Hey, that's me.
That was you.
I'm ready to go home now.
It's. I'm a mushy person. I cry every time I see that. I can't help it. It's like, fuck, tears.
It is a I mean, especially for a kid, like that's a powerful scene.
Yeah.
Like to see him go from this terrified child to a confident kid it's a big deal.
Well,
you know?
it's also kind of funny because if you are raising kids and you see this kid and he's like, do you know what you made me do? You made me work for it and I had to go through this. And I'm like, yeah, but you are still here and you're okay and you're better for it. And you're like, yeah.
Exactly.
Like you're literally have to see your kid go like work out the math there and they're like, you're right, but like,
yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah, like
Well.
why do you have to be right all the time? It's because I fucking did it when I was a kid too.
Yep.
So I know you act like I was never a kid, but I was. I did a lot of stupid shit. That's
And
why
I want
can
to
tell
raise you better.
So I can tell you not to do all the stupid shit.
Yeah. We're trying to do better. We're trying to do better. Learn from our mistakes.
Yes.
And that is a legit thing.
Yeah.
Like I have there are moments where my girls are like, "Did you do that as a kid?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
I'm like,
I
don't
did
even wanna
shadier
know."
shit than that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That is why I want you to do better than me."
And then there's me who has like the most boring life ever.
No.
No, like literally, like all y'all talk about, like, oh yeah, no, I walked the strip when I was young, and I did hoodlum shit when I
Don't
was younger.
necessarily recommend it.
No.
But I'm just saying,
No.
like
Just the
both
way-
of my parents worked. And I was
Mine
an only,
too.
I was an only child. I had to
My
entertain
one-
myself.
My one parent was always working, so
I ran through trees.
yeah, but that's okay.
I lived in the woods. I had no friends. I just trees.
Yeah, I was in the woods all the time. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's no woods in Vegas. There's rocks.
Are there pine
and-
trees or what are they?
No.
Palm trees?
I like but they're not like they're from California. They're not like born pine trees. Palm trees don't grow
They're
in the
imported.
desert. You
They're
bring
imported.
them in. Yeah, you
Imported
bring
palm
them
trees.
in and then you see if they survive. Like that's
Only the toughest will
like
make
my
it.
whole life.
May the
It's
odds
just
be ever in your favor.
that's just why I don't water my plants because like literally if you're hardy you're gonna be fine.
That
like my
pumpkin
fucking
has said,
pumpkins.
"Fuck you."
Dude. I'm really weirded out by the pumpkins because if they kill my bushes,
They won't kill your bushes.
I don't know.
They won't kill your bushes.
Maybe I'll kill my bushes.
That's a
That's
possibility.
higher possibility
I was
than
gonna
the
say, I
pumpkins.
think you're
I
going
don't
to kill
know.
him before the pumpkin.
I don't know. My little plant is still alive.
Yay!
I know.
That's
My
good.
little not a chance plant.
I told you,
Still
it's snake plant. You're hardy little buggers.
Yeah.
I checked your
I watered it today.
Whoa!
I know.
On
I think
purpose?
on purpose. I gave
Wow.
it some of my water.
Okay.
It may have had lemonade in it too. I don't know.
I check your mint every time I come over. Electrolytes.
Dude, my mint died hard when I got sick. It just was like, nope, mom's here.
Honestly, I haven't looked at the herbs I planted in my backyard since I put them in the ground, so I don't fucking know.
We'll find out. Stay tuned, listeners. Oh my goodness, that's funny.
I don't grow things.
She doesn't make decisions. She builds Legos.
It happens.
That's okay.
I'm excited about my Disney villains one. That one's gonna be cool.
It'll be fun. Yeah. That one looks cool.
Yeah, the Pac-Man one is cool.
It is cool.
I am.
It is cool.
I love the Lego.
Hashtag Legos.
Send me some free Legos. Snow_BAC.
So they all have the interaction with the Pagemaster, and he tells them that this is who you used to be. Now you've grown. You're a new person. You're more confident, et cetera, et cetera. He wakes up, realizes this is all because he just slipped and bumped his head.
Yeah.
And the librarian leans over him like, you okay? And the kid's like, the fuck? What? The shadiest shit happens afterwards. He's like, I'm leaving now. And the librarian's like, okay, it's that way. You had the adventure. Like, he knew.
Of course.
And I'm like, you totally were skeevy at that moment. It was weird. Not like pervy skeevy, but like skeevy in the sense like, yes, that wasn't a dream. It happened. I did it to you. LSD in your mouth and you fell down and bumped your head. Like, it was
You
an
just
odd
made that
face.
librarian way creepier.
It was creepy as shit to me when I was younger because of the face he made. I'm like, that's not the face you should make when somebody just hit their head and they're walking out of your library. You should be like, are you okay? Not.
Yeah, but it's a magical library. It was like a magical rock that he hit his head on. It's fine.
One interesting thing that I did not realize until rewatching it, I did not realize that the Pagemaster, the illustration, he's a book.
Yes.
I didn't recognize that until I literally watched it because you don't see his back until the end of the movie.
And he's an open
it's a
book.
And I was like,
wait, what?
He's an open book.
He's a book. The Pagemaster is a book.
Interesting.
And I totally didn't
Like
catch
the
it.
cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you see him, like when he's doing the whole orb thing and everything else, and you
I
see him
missed
go
it.
up. Yeah, I didn't realize that until I watched it literally this time, and I was like, "Holy shit, he's a book!"
Did you also realize that the
He's just a
library?
wizard the whole time.
Yeah.
Did you realize the librarian's name was Dewey after the system that
Yes.
the librarians use?
Dewey Decimal System.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was.
Also, since we're talking about little random things, another little small random fact I knew was Whoopi Goldberg and Patrick Stewart recorded all of their lines together in the same room for this movie.
Oh, that's fun. They don't do that very often. Everybody's usually recording their own shit, and then you have to react to it and do it on your own. So
Yep,
that's fun.
They got to record together, so they were legit playing off each other. So when you see them bantering and getting to that end of the movie, flirting, where they get the kiss on, and he's like, "Oh, I get to kiss Fantasy," and he kisses her, and like he asks for another, and Horror's like, "Oh, okay, smooch."
Yeah.
Like, it really makes it a bit more
funny.
Yeah, knowing that they were actually able to like read off of each other. Yep. So he wakes up. Librarian's like, "Hey, are you okay? You fell." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I need to leave." And he starts to run. And the librarian's like, "All right, cool, whatever." And he picks up the books that fell from the ceiling with him, real books. He's like, "Wait. I need these." And he goes to give him the library card. And he's like, "I'm sorry, young man, you can only take 2." He's like, I made a promise." And the librarian's like, "To who?"
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I know what a kid needs. You need all 3 of these. Just this once. I'm like, yes. So he takes the books and he goes home, and his parents have been out looking for him. And the fact that they said they should have called the police. Y'all didn't call the police when your son, who's only supposed to go to the hammer nail store for like an hour.
Hammer nail store?
Again,
The hammer nail store?
Yes, thank you.
Not
That's
the
how my-
hardware store, the hammer nail store. That's the only thing they have there.
It's
Is hammers and nails.
Yes.
That's so fucking hilarious.
You're adorable. That's okay.
See, this is why it's okay that I made fun of the boat, because this just happens. So we all giggle at each
She
other.
thought that I called the fucking well Ishmael. Well, you're good.
You did.
I did it. Ahab. Meant Ahab.
Still not right.
The guy going after the whale is Ahab.
Yes, but you called him Ishmael.
No, I already admitted I was wrong. Let it go. You're good.
Stop confusing everybody.
Meh.
So mom and dad pull in, and she's like, "We should have called the police." And then she sees his bike, and they're like, "He's home." So they walk out the car and find him asleep in the tree house that he refused to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Dad's like, "Nah, let's not take him inside. Let's let him sleep out here."
Again, 90s.
Oh yeah,
90s.
100%. Like you can
he's
sleep
fine.
outside, throw a blanket on him,
He's
they'll be fine,
fine.
even if it rains.
Even
like,
well,
yeah.
and even like the fact that you're like, hey, you didn't call the cops. I'm like, it's the 90s.
Yeah, like the concern wasn't that big. Is
If
all I'm
you
saying.
were home like by the time that the street lights came on, you were good.
That was the only thing.
Yeah, if you as long as you were home by that
I
time.
was unconscious in the street outside my house for I don't know how long one time.
Boy, you were unconscious. I would think not.
I don't know because I woke up inside the house.
Oh, jeez. What
That was even
happened?
freakier.
What did you do to yourself?
So I was walking my dog.
What the fuck? Was the dog okay?
Dog was fine. So I was walking my dog and we were in the street and she circled around my legs and I was little-ish. I was like, 8, 9, I think. She circled around my legs and she took off and she went backwards. So I went backwards and the first thing that hit the street was my head. I couldn't raise myself.
Yeah.
So I was unconscious.
Yeah.
And I don't know, nobody was home because everybody worked. But I woke up and I was in the living room with like an ice pack on my head. They didn't take me for a CT scan. No, I'll be fine. I don't know how much brain damage I got that time. But
That time.
it fucking happens. But yeah, I woke up and literally the bug guys like pest doing our house. And I was like, oh, hi, Dan, the bug man. Like, I don't fucking know. Like,
Dan and the bug.
Did he
That's
just
what we
haul
called
your
him.
ass in the house? Like, I think this termite's supposed to stay.
I think maybe, I don't know if it was him. It might have been my stepdad. It might have been my mom. I don't know. Somebody got me in the house. I got in the right house.
The right house. I think that
But
part's
like
kind of
that's
crucial.
literally how we grew up.
Yeah.
It was like survival of the fittest.
It was.
I lived.
Yeah.
I wasn't bleeding to death on the street. I had a knot on my head the size of Montana.
So speaking of dog stories, I have one to match yours. We had a basset hound named George.
His name was Bruce.
Oh, ours was George. And if you look at my teeth,
Yeah.
they're permanently fucked up.
Okay.
Okay. Because I was about 8 and I decided to take George for a walk. And very similar thing. He saw a cat, I got wrapped up in the leash.
Yeah.
And he ended up dragging me.
Oh, fine.
And we lived on top of 2 hills. So it was like one hill and then another hill.
Yeah.
And so he dragged me down.
Face first down the
Face first as I'm screaming. And my permanent teeth are now permanently etched up and fucked up. I'm screaming just, ah! And the leash ended up unwrapping from my hand.
Yeah.
He ran after the dog. I was with my friend. I nicknamed him Butterball because he was short, chubby, and blonde.
That was not nice of you.
No, he loved it. He loved it. And he was my best friend.
Sure he did.
And
I think he loved it with further intentions in life.
no, trust me, he did. Because
I am not a turkey.
No, because literally when any of the other neighborhood kids try to call him that, he goes, only she may call me that. Like he got very specific about it. And but his parents lived on the first hill. And so the dog's gone. And I stand up and I literally did look like I got hit and ran over and dragged by cars. I had blood everywhere. His mom sees me. She freaks out. She walks me up the hill to my house. And my mom straight up looks at me and she goes, oh, fantastic. Get inside. Let's just get you cleaned up. Like nothing beyond that. Nothing like, oh, we're going to the emergency room. Nope. Just get inside. We'll wash you up. You're fine. And that was my day. And to this day, my teeth are still fucked up permanently from that freaking walk with my dog. So yeah, it was a different time. Like it really was. Like now, kids, bang their head and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to take them for a neuro exam.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane. It's a totally different world.
The level of I don't know. It's just so high when we were younger, and now I'm like, oh, you got a nosebleed. We gotta do it. I mean, I don't do that, but like there are parents that do that.
Oh yeah, helicopter
It's
parents for sure.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't even know. I literally think I have brain damage, and I can pinpoint why because I remember waking up. I don't remember how I got in the house.
That's okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
It's fine. You're an adult. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm good. I made it.
You survived. You're good.
I made it to adultishhood.
You can keep 3 other young ones alive, so you're doing good.
Hey, I made 3 little people. What do you want? 4 technically, but 3 little people.
And you're rocking the mom thing, so you're good. You're good.
Boys are stupid.
Some kids are stupid. Let's be honest. Love being a mom, but there are moments I'm like, I'm doing everything I can to keep you alive, and you're trying so hard to kill yourself right now. Please stop. It's a legitimate thing. It's just one of those things you find out as a mom. You're like, Please don't do that. Please stop trying to choke on God knows what you're throwing in your mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I think that this is a super great movie, and like I said, I watched it with the girls. They loved it, and I think it still holds up. I think that this is a movie you can show a kid now, and if they do have like a confidence thing, they can watch it and be like, oh, I don't have to be scared of my own shadow, and it's okay.
Yeah.
So it's to me, it has stood the test of time. Because it's still very enjoyable, and it's a very fun, accurate film. Holy shit!
What?
You live in life.
I don't want to spill it on the way home. Everybody's.
I don't think Ragnar has any idea what he signed up for tonight. He's gonna be sleeping.
You mean me sleeping? I'm hoping to sleep.
He might have to.
It's
haul
been
your
a
ass
week since
upstairs
I've
to the
gotten a good
bed.
night's sleep.
Yeah. So, so Mouse, what else do you want to share on the film?
Really, like I said, this was more so just like sharing a heart film with people. Like I loved this feel good movie and just wanted to share it with my friends. Like I looked it up. There's not a lot of homework to go with this film. Like I said, Whoopi and him filmed their lines together.
So, what unit do you want to give our reviews?
I was thinking books.
Oh,
then
yeah,
I'm like,
that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Up to five books.
Yeah.
5 books. 5 libros. All right. So, on that note, this has been really, really fun. And we're going to go with books. And so, Snow, how many books would you give the Pagemaster?
I don't know, because I thought it was cute. I thought it was really cute. I would probably give it a 3. 3 books.
3 books.
I thought it was the acting was good. The message was cute. The animation was all right. It had some really, really strong points, and at the same time, like it did hold my attention. But I just don't have, because I haven't seen it except as an adult, I don't have the same nostalgic feeling for it. But I would definitely give it a recommend and a solid, a solid 3 for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I will give it, because I do have that nostalgia factor, and I really enjoyed Christopher Lloyd in it. And, you got Macaulay Culkin, literally piggybacking off of Home Alone, and you've got all kinds of fun actors in it. And it's just, again, I love this movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a solid 4 for enjoyment. I really, really like it. I enjoyed watching it with my kids.
No, keep going. It'll be funny once I talk. You're good.
Okay.
Because it's a 5 for you. Yeah.
So
I figured it would be.
I'm going to give it a 4. 4 books. Because again, like I said, it's one that you can watch now. It's super fun. I do feel like it is an ad for libraries, because libraries, they're still, I to this day, I love going to the library with my kids. My kids love going to the library, and I'm grateful for that. Because that's not a normal thing nowadays.
No.
It's really not. And my girls, they love getting books and they love reading, and I'm grateful for that. And yeah, this is a really, really fun family movie. I definitely recommend it, and I will always watch it, and I'll enjoy it.
Nice.
What about you, Mouse?
I'm giving this a 5 books because, like I said in the beginning, I loved this movie so much that when I was younger, I tried to form myself around some of the things I saw in this movie.
Yeah.
And I think it did a decent job of being a good person. I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I think it did good job.
You're good, Mouse.
You're good people.
It's a very good film, and watching it just makes you feel good. And if you have children, I highly recommend showing it to your kids, if nothing else.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, mine loved it.
And if nothing else, it's a great kind of minor introduction to a scary movie, because there's that slight jump scare with Dr. Hyde, Mr. Hyde.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good kind of if you yourself are a horror movie fan, this is kind of a gentle way to be like, hey, kids, be scared.
Yeah. Creepy.
My mom did that all the time. We'd watch normal movies like Fern Gully, credits roll. Bah!
You bitch! I don't know, freaking, what's his name? Tim Curry in Fern Gully.
Hexus.
Yes. He was creepy at moments, especially when he's all skeletal at the end, and it got dark.
Fern Gully's
got
fantastic.
dark.
That's on somebody's list.
I think it might be on Mouse's.
Yeah. Fern Gully is fantastic.
I have a lot of cartoons.
No, there's nothing wrong. I love that we do cartoons. Cartoons are fun.
Heck yeah.
All right, so 5 books. Cinco
5 books. This is a core movie for me. This is in my heart.
Yeah.
No, it's good. And it is and thank you for picking it. It was super duper fun.
No, this was nice to be introduced to because again, I didn't know anything about this movie.
All right. Well, listeners, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Barrel Age Chicks.
We're so
Thanks for
entertaining.
checking out my
Do you
movie.
understand that like almost every time we record, the boys sleep?
Yeah, they get pissy when I fall asleep sometimes.
The thing is,
he's awake again.
I have a picture of you asleep. I think it's because they have so much fun on Friday nights when we go to record on Saturdays. They're like tired.
We're sleepy. Make it go by faster.
We stayed up late.
That's your choice.
All right. Well, thank you, Crystal, for picking this one.
Yes.
Listeners, thank you. Please catch us on Instagram at Barrel Age Chicks.
Yes.
You can find us on there. You can also DM us with FMK or movie ideas.
Yes.
We love hearing our viewer or listener
Feedback.
listener feedback.
If you're viewing,
If you're viewing us, that's creepy. Go
That
away.
is creepy. No. Our listeners' feedback
haunting
and
us at the window.
spooky. All right, guys. We'll see you around.
That's just what can happen if you look inside your mind. There's no limit to the wonders you can find. Whatever you imagine.
Hi, this is Snow. Thanks for listening to our podcast, Barrel Age Chicks. It's 2023 and the chicks are here. We are so excited to share our future episodes of Barrel Age Chicks, FMK, and Slasher Gal Pals. We hope you are enjoying our shenanigans as much as we do. Give us a follow on Instagram at Barrel Age Chicks. If you'd like the gals to do a fan request, contact us on Instagram and we will give you a personal shout out on the show. Our podcast is available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, and Good Pods. Swag available through the link on Instagram. Please check it out and thank you for your support. Special thanks to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio for his kick-ass music. He is amazing. Also, please grab a listen to the guys at Barrel Age Flicks Podcast. If you like booze, hilarity, and movies, check them out. Also, check out our network and other amazing podcasts at deluxeeditionnetwork.com. Bye till next time, and thanks for listening to our show. The party's leaving!